Machina Bristronica road trip, here we go. Been working really hard to get this together. Everything packed in the car, there's a fair bit. Left a little bit of room though for some stuff we're going to pick up on the way. So after a short detour to Western Supermare, more of that later, we're heading over Brunel's suspension bridge down to Machina Bristronica. Machina. I've got a tiny moment where nobody's in the stall, so I'm going to try and give you a little demo of stuff. Again, we've got the paper tape, but we've got a big old loop in it this time, and it's doing the master clock for everything. So if you didn't catch that in all the background noise, this is punched paper tape. This is the way, before you had floppy disks, that you would store information. Each one of these holes, literally punched in the paper tape, is a bit. A bit of information. So these were used in the 1800s to store telegraph messages, and used up until like the 60s, 70s, 80s to input program information into early computers. And what we're doing with this tape is these little holes, we're reading those optoelectrically as the master clock for everything. So everything on the table is synced to these clock holes. Also, we're reading the 5-bit binary codes across and turning that into an analog control voltage. And additionally to that, we're using each one of these tracks across as a drum sequencer, so each one of the holes is a trigger. There's going to be many more explorations of punched memory coming up. You should subscribe on the Patreon to catch all that. The binary telegraph code into control voltages going into this oscillator down here, which is always fun, and clicking and clocking the Turing machine, which is doing patterns on all the clicking relay. So these 1606 electromagnetic switch modules are mechanical switches. You can see the actual switch contacts moving, and you don't have to just send synth signals through this, you can send pretty much any signal. I'm actually using them to make all the glitchy stuff on the TV by sending video signals. The screen is being switched off of this relay, available in the shop, of course. This is a Decatron spinner that we made in another video. It's a 1950s vacuum tube that literally counts with fire. Where were we? Doing the telegraph lamp board here with the keyboard, and got the real bell on the back of it. So this telegraph lamp board can actually read the information off of this paper tape and display authentic telegraph messages from the 1800s. And along with the Enigma lamp board, it's part of a series of modules that I'm making inspired by early computers and telecommunications, and they're going to make a lot more sense once we come out with a couple other modules in the series. Well, we've got the synth personality detector with this old RAF Morse key. You press that, the modified Enigma lamp board will tell you your synth personality. Maestro! Well, I did make it, to be fair, so I've got a bias there. It's got the ceramics machine, so you put your hand in front of it and it detects the waveforms. So this ceramics machine is a modern interpretation of an idea come up with by Daphne Oram and an engineer called Graham Wrench in the 60s. You can literally draw sound, so anything that you put in front of the screen, it traces the edge of it, and that is the waveform in real time. Here's Look Mum No Computer giving us a demo of a cow waveform.
Oh!
And I'm going to be repeating myself here. You need to check out the Patreon if you want to see more videos of this. That's getting sequenced by the Uniselector sequencer. You'll remember this from a previous video on the channel where we built this mechanical sequencer. It's got a 12-way moving mechanical switch from an old telephone exchange. We go down to the slide scanner section in a slide viewer. So this thing literally scans slides and makes them into waveforms. So you put it in here and on the oscilloscope you can see all the different waveforms as you put the slide up and down. Now if you want to see more about this slide scanner module, then you're going to have to sign up on Patreon. What it does is take an ordinary photographic slide, you put it in here and it reads a waveform from it optoelectrically. So the slides are literally wavetables, and it's just like a normal oscillator. You can send 1 volt per octave control into it and it will play in tune. And it looks like this at the moment in its prototype form, but it's going to be a proper module. And like I say, there's loads of videos already up on the Patreon explaining how it works and demoing the sounds it can make. There's the octave mechanical GIF down here. If you haven't already seen this, then you need to be subscribed to the channel because there's a whole video of me making it. Well, that was a fun couple of days in Bristol. Back at Mike's place again. You might remember Mike, who we bought the teletypewriter that I restored in a previous video off of, and he tipped me off that there was a couple more available from his mate. So I went to his to pick them up, along with a few other nice things. You'll be seeing all of this shortly in the future. Now we're in Stroud, picking up the last teleprinter of the weekend. Here we go. Bit rustier than the others, but some serviceable parts, I think, which is really important because they're not easy to come by for these old teleprinters. Yeah, so more of that later. Thank you very much to everyone who came down to see us. Very nice meeting you. Keep in touch. There's all sorts of links down below where you can go see all the nice stuff. See you soon.